And overcrowding, still a big problem at the Department of Corrections. Welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. Good Friday evening, everyone. I'm Altavis Muddings. Thanks so much for tuning in tonight. It's been a problem for quite some time, and one that officials at the Department of Corrections hope to correct with over 1,000 inmates incarcerated there. Janina Ferguson leads us off tonight as she discussed this issue with the Corrections Commissioner.
Commissioner of the Department of Corrections, Patrick Wright, commenting on the overcrowding situation here at the prison. He also said the infiltration of gangs remains a challenge.
There's a gang problem, and so, we have to take that into consideration where we place persons who come into us. Because our first line of security is the safety of the inmates, the safety of the officers, and the safety of visitors. And so placing somebody who come to us from the courts, no matter what he did, we must make sure that we understand the area he's coming from. That tells us his gang affiliation. Even he's not gang related, but because he's from Montel Heights, might not be in gang, but because he's from Montel Heights, I cannot put him in a certain area.
At last count, the prison inmate population stood at 1,770, presenting a critical situation for officers to man, coupled with the presence of gangs. Now, to avoid a combative situation, Commissioner Wright says inmates entering the facility have to be honest.
We ask them right up the top, tell us, if you are gang related, so we can make sure put you in the right environment for your safety. Inside here is what we call a community within the community, because we allow them to recreation. It's one of the times we can be very careful with that we don't let out the wrong set of persons in the rec yard, because there'll be a major problem. And so, my hat goes off to my officers on a daily basis. They got to figure this thing out, who was who's not telling them, so put them in the rec yard. I end up explaining to the courts why somebody got injured.
Now, as the facilities continue to change from punitive to corrections, Wright says upgrades are needed, which sometimes are difficult due to the overcrowding. The upgrades, he indicated, would also include restroom facilities at the maximum security unit, which still uses slop buckets.
Where we got those toilets, stainless sealed, one single unit, toilet and face bowl. They're very costly, but we have put those in two sections, which is, I think it's 20 of them, in an area. But moving person, because of it being overcrowded, moving person to work on the other cells, because there's 214 cells in the maximum security. We're only able to put 10. We are overcrowded, so trying to move people is difficult, and so that slowed down the process.
Janina Ferguson, ZNS Network News.
The smuggling of contraband also remains a concern at the Department of Corrections. Commissioner Wright said that a number of prison officers have been charged by the police for this offense, and they're now serving time behind bars. He believes that the prosecution of those former prison officers have led to the reduction in the practice.
Illegal items making its way into our compound, that's still happening. And like any other institution around the world, we are no different, but we have seen a tremendous drawback from persons trying to bring things on the compound. Since we have now even taken more drastic measures in putting them before the courts, rather than just terminate their employment, we put them before the courts. I think today we have 3 of them are doing time in our facilities. And so many persons, that seems to be a deterrent to some. But we are still having our challenges with contrabands.
Commissioner Wright also told us that training continues for Department of Corrections officers as government anticipates implementing a parole system.
The government hasn't handcuffed me. They have given me almost like a blank check to develop it. And we have partnered with Canada. We always were partnered with the U.S. in training. Canada now has taken us on as I would say as sisters and brothers, and so they are helping us to develop this new animal called corrections. And what that means is that something was broken, and so first out the gate is officers. So we are trying to get officers best practices. Canada is helping that. US, I just sat with them last week. They are giving us a number of programs to put officers in to make sure they understand corrections are not jail.